So now that I'm on the bright side of things, I'm just been able to start some conversations in the area of just getting to know some people, gentlemen, and just want to have more of a healthy perspective on needs, because a couple weeks ago I was like, I don't need anybody, but I would want somebody. And so you guys are really helping me to understand.
Hold on. You don't need anybody. Well, you do need bodies. Okay.
Yes.
You don't necessarily to thrive as a human and to be happy as a human. You don't necessarily have to have that human need specifically in this one context of, a dating relationship, if that's what you mean. But you do need people. Okay. And a lot of people, and the reason I say this, I don't think you're saying this, but a lot of people will say, well, I got to find a mate because I don't want to be alone. Single does not equal alone. Single equals not married or in a, committed long-term relationship. It doesn't mean you're alone. And so you're not doing that, I know, but I'm just saying that a lot of people don't realize that to even have healthy dating, you've got to solve your loneliness problem first. And you do that through community and through that basic strong place in life. Then you date from there. So you won't look to a date to meet all of your relational needs in life, because then you get really, really into people pleasing and codependency and not making requirements and not having boundaries because you're afraid of losing them, all that stuff.
Right.
Okay. So I had to say that. Now back to your question. What do you want to know about that?
Yeah, well, just what needs should I really be looking out for in a relationship?
Oh, I hate the word need.
I know. I'm trying to have a healthy perspective on this.
I really, really do. Let me tell you, this goes way back to all of pop psychology, and it goes way back to a lot of areas in the faith, which I think gets kind of to moralizing and excuse making for God sometimes. There's this, and I understand there's and this is true. There's a difference between needs and wishes. Okay. I need food. And here's how I define it. A need is something that if we don't have it met, it becomes injurious to us. In other words, it hurts us to not have it met. And we go down in our capacities. If we don't have a need that's met, then we can't thrive. Okay, a plant needs water in order to be alive. We need relationship. We need oxygen. We need food. We need certain things. And if we don't have it, we go down. A wish, a want, a desire is sometimes when we try to get too specific about how that needs to be met. I need food. I go, yeah, I need food. I need a 5-star Michelin restaurant. Well, no, you don't. You need food. And so we kind of get into confusing sometimes needs and desires and wishes. And so when you're talking about dating, to your question, what do you need? I would not make it that you're going to, in your head, that if you don't have certain things, then it's going to be injurious to you. When you're looking at dating, what we're talking about in dating is here's the water level of being a human. And there's certain desires you have that you would love to have those in a dating relationship or in a marriage. And you're looking to those to enhance your life, but you're not going to drown if they're not there. So I'm starting there because that's how I want you to look at need that way, because that takes desperation out of it. It takes hopelessness out of it. You're going to be fine, right?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm right with you. I appreciate that. Just
all right. So now,
good. Go
ahead.
Yeah, I was
I'm
just saying,
listening.
people have such, we can fall into this aspect of, infatuation and these deep longings to be happy with somebody. And I'm more past that. I just kind of grown even the last few weeks. So
Wow.
I just feel like more of a healthier place.
Okay, great. So now I'm going to make
possible, I tell you.
Right. So I'm going to make a further distinction here. Okay. You don't need all of that in a dating relationship to be a happy human. All the research in the world shows us that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But if you're going to have your desire to have a romantic relationship, right? You decided that you maybe want to get remarried, or you want to be dating somebody or whatever. That's a beautiful desire. God created that desire, and incredible things happen when that desire is met. You got that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to make a shift. So if you're going to have the kind of relationship that is going to fulfill that desire, now we get back to the word need. What does a relationship need that if it's not met, the relationship will die? It won't be good.
That's good.
Now, that's separate from whether or not you're going to be whole. That's why I make that distinction. If you start dating a loser, or you get in a serious relationship with somebody that's not meeting the needs of that relationship, that doesn't mean that you have to not thrive as a person.
Absolutely. That's good.
Start there. All right. Now, what does a relationship need in order to work? And that's where you get to these are deal breakers, because a relationship can't work if they can't connect emotionally, if they can't have freedom in the relationship where I'm not controlled, if they can't accept me as I am, and certainly challenge me to get better. But if they're going to be critical and judgmental about everything about me, that's not going to make it thrive. If they can't treat me as an equal, right? And if they can't, so there's certain things that make a relationship thrive. And that's what you have to decide. What's that list look like for you?
Yeah, that's so good.
That help? Now I'm going to give you, all right. Now I'm going to give you 4. You're a hard worker. I'm going to give you 4 categories to look for.
Right.
Excuse me, guys. I had to talk. All right. It's easy. I got an acronym form. It's sorry, I have a scratchy throat. 4 C's.
Okay.
Not in any particular order, because certainly some are more important than others, but I don't want to get into the nuances of that. Number one, let's call it character. A relationship needs people of character, a certain kind of character. They're honest, they're faithful, they have some soft-heartedness, some sensitivity, some empathy. They got some patience, they got some perseverance. They have the courage to, lean into hard. So there's kind of a list there, and you got to figure out what those are. All right. Go to Psalm 101. David's got a pretty good list there. Go to 2 Peter 1. There's a list there. Somebody that's growing in knowledge and perseverance and compassion and kindness. And so you got to have these character things. So a relationship's going to thrive if you have those. If you don't, it's going to die. Number 2, second C, after character, competency. You want to have a good dating relationship or a good marriage, somebody's got to be competent in living life, or you've got a project. You don't have a relationship, you got a ministry. You're operating an adult shelter, right? So you want, right?
Been there, done that.
This up. You've been there and done that. So I tell people, look, if you want to rehab people, open up a center, but don't date them. So competency in life, financial competency. They're able to stay above water. You're not going to have to, always be helping them forever. They've got, communication competencies, and they've got other life competencies where you look at this person with some sort of respect, but you don't have to be their mother. That's the second one. Third one, chemistry. If you're going to have a dating relationship, there's some chemistry that makes it different than a friend. And I've seen people start out as friends and chemistry develop. But I've also seen people have been friends long enough and no chemistry is there that makes it different than any other friend, other than you love this person so much, you're such a deep friend, and they marry him hoping it'll turn into something romantic, and it never does because it's just not the right match. And then they get frustrated later. Chemistry, character, competency, and chemistry. And then the fourth C that I add in here is culture. And here's what I mean by culture. It may be ethnicity, it may be financial, different socioeconomic classes. Very wealthy people sometimes fall in love with people that, are, have grown up and, their families still maybe be very poor. Different religious cultures, even within Christianity, there are different cultures. Some are real, Bible-based churches, some are, over on the charismatic end and stuff. Different kind of whatever we call culture. Now, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be the same. People of different cultures, different socioeconomic status, different ethnicities, different backgrounds, different religious kind of cultures, they can fall in love and make a great relationship. But the culture piece is this, not that we're the same, but can we join and operate in and value and love and be competent in each other's cultures instead of
being more compatible.
Yeah. Well, and that they appreciate it and they love it, because what happens is you'll see in a dating relationship, sometimes one person will kidnap the other person out of their world because they don't like it. They don't want to be there. That's not sustainable. Okay.
Right.
So that's what I would say. Does that help?
Yeah, absolutely. And I would add to this, have someone that has a growth mindset, because there's always differences. There's always things to connect on. And so we have to have an open mind to learn other people's perspective. So appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for your call.